What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Stats and Facts, where we have all the stats.
And we have all the facts.
I go by DJG94.
And I go by One. And y'all already know how we do it.
So let's get into it.
It's a historic night. The first one live.
Yeah, first one live together. Ain't that something?
Yes, sir. So y'all already know we gonna pop it off with the NFL how we normally do. And this week, bro, NFL was pretty dry.
Dry like a raisin. Ain't that something, man?
It was pretty dry, but we gonna do what we can for y'all, man.
Yeah.
So first up, we got, which was probably the biggest news in NFL this week. The NFL has decided to add another game to the regular season.
Oh, boy, that Roger Goodell. Ain't that something?
Money, money, money.
Boy.
So now the regular season is 17 games instead of 16. And a guy on my squad, the Saints, Alvin Kamara, was not happy at all.
I'm not happy at all either. It's dumb. It's not even. Like, what, 9 plus 8, that's 17? Like, it's supposed to be 88, 16 games. So I'm like, what's the purpose of adding another game? Might as well say 18 games.
It's
evens it out. Like,
it's a downfall because it's like the players, they already be hurt trying to get to week 16. Now you add, well, it already was week 17, so now we up to week 18. Like, you got these players really gonna have to fight to stay healthy now. Only good thing I say is, like, when certain teams got to 9-7, they couldn't make the playoffs. So now maybe if they get to 10-7, they can make the playoffs.
And then the wild card game, guys. Y'all know how that goes.
That's gonna be really interesting.
Yeah. So good luck to all 32 teams in the NFL.
This is gonna be interesting, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to pray they stay healthy.
Yes, sir.
So next up we got Tom Brady. You still don't think he the GOAT? Okay, I'm take that as your answer. So Tom Brady, man, he still celebrates his 3-28. Well, him and the Patriots, their 3-28 comeback in the Super Bowl against the Falcons. Oh my God!
Wonder if that was rigged, guys. Damn. So wonder if that was rigged. Ain't that something, man?
Yeah. So Brady came out a couple days ago and said he still celebrates that to this day. That's crazy and that's interesting. Like, I guess
epic moment. Don't call it a comeback.
I guess everything motivates Brady, man.
You think you listen to that song, Mama Said Knock You Out? Because you heard what LL said in that song, don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years. Rocking my peers, with suckers and fields.
That's a good question. I don't know what Tom Brady listens to, bro.
He don't listen to rap music, guys. He's a Trump supporter. I already know how that goes.
I don't know what Brady jamming before the game.
Uh-huh. Country music, probably.
I would love to get him on Stats and Facts to ask him that.
I'll be down. I'll interview that clown, man.
You gonna miss that episode?
I'll be out.
Y'all hear that, man? He gonna make me interview Brady.
I'd rather have Drew Brees on the show, and I don't even like the Saints.
Damn, bro.
Hell with Tom Brady, cheating ass.
So speaking of quarterbacks, our next conversation we got is about Patrick Mahomes, man. Shout out to Patrick Mahomes because this what we about to get into is
you were supposed to win, big dog. You were supposed to win. The hell with Tom Brady.
So this right here is super dope. Okay, so Mahomes signs a HBCU deal. And the deal is basically the 15 in the Mahomes Foundation, which was established in 2019 by the Kansas City Chiefs quarterback. They announced a multi-year partnership with the HBCU Legacy Bowl, so which means it'll be a game for the top draft prospects to showcase their talents.
Absolutely.
So super dope. Hats off to Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
Man, so I just want to say shout out to Patrick Mahomes. Before we get to the next sport, is it something that you feel like maybe other players can do to kind of shed more light on HBCU just off your top of your head?
Always give them a shout out. You in the States, go fly out. You got money, go to talk to the HBCUs for football, even NBA players as well for basketball. Just check up on them, let them know that you support them, because And I'm happy. Speaking of HBCU, shout out to Hershey Miller, the son of Master P. Mm-hmm. He just announced he committed to Tennessee State University, HBCU. Shout out to No Limit and all y'all, man. I hope more black athletes go to HBCUs because NCAA making so much money off us anyway.
Yep.
So why not? So,
That's dope. And I think to capitalize off what DJG said, man, I think that if more players go to the HBCU games, you start seeing them at the game. So
yep,
make you want to watch it, you make you want to go.
yep.
And while we talking about it, we got to shout out Deion Sanders.
Yeah,
Prime
Jackson
time.
State University. Shout out to them. Shout out to Shador and Shallow. You know, you got his sons playing for him, bro.
And they looking good.
Yeah.
They looking good. I like it. I like what he doing with that program, turning them around. So hopefully we see Jackson State doing very big things. Hopefully they can start playing. They keep this up. They can start playing the top schools, the top ranked 25 teams. So shout out to HBCUs. Period. And
Yep.
we gonna keep shedding light on our podcast for sure.
Yes, sir.
So with that said, we wrapped up the NFL, bro. I'm gonna throw you the assist for the NBA.
Right. Let's go to the National Basketball Association, guys. First topic we had a couple of days ago. LaMarcus Aldridge, who used to play for San Antonio Spurs, received a buyout from his contract and went to another black and white team, the Brooklyn Nets.
Mm.
I was shocked because I'm thinking, come to the Celtics, bro. We can use you. But for some reason, people want us that super team. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like, ain't that something? So how you feel about Aldridge joining the Nets, bro?
Bro, that's a huge. That's okay. I feel like the Blake Griffin one was like that was really had me like, wow, they really trying to win it. But this one kind of threw me off guard because, like you said, I had him going to the Heat. I thought he was going to the Heat.
They have 6 All-Stars on the team, bro.
Man, this is crazy. Do you think he gonna like really take him over the top?
I don't know. He's gonna have to see. Then Kevin Durant still hurt. You got him a tear, hip injury. So
Man, it's definitely tough. Do you feel like the super teams is taking over now? Like, do you feel like it's
Yeah.
worse than when like Bron and
it's way worse. Kevin Durant made it worse, sad to say, but hey, that's what this era was about. And then I was watching this episode, me and I was watching the game with Damian Lillard. He had said he ain't, and Russell Westbrook, by the way, they had said they don't care for the super teams. It is what it is. They don't win a championship. So that tells you they don't really care what the media thinks. So everything is media based or fan based. That's why everybody join forces with each other to win championships.
yep.
Because it's always subjective. He's great, but he ain't got no ring. Oh damn! With all that talent, why they only won 1 or 2 championships? I'm like, okay, make up your mind. You either want to win a ring or you don't. And then when you don't win a ring, he ain't better than such and such.
Yep.
Like I respect Tim Duncan, one of the greatest power forwards of all time. He has 5 championships. That's why they give him all the credit. But to me, when it comes to offense, Karl Malone and Charles Barkley, they just as great as Tim Duncan, in my personal opinion. So,
Yeah, I would say that. I just think 2+ by Tim staying with San Antonio his whole career.
yeah.
That kind of
And
takes
he's been, and then, don't get me wrong, Tim Duncan had a hell of a career, guys. All 19 years being in the playoffs, ain't never missed the playoffs, and had it with the same coach, played with 3 Hall of Famers. Like, that's amazing. I would never downgrade them because everybody ain't blessed to stick with one organization, have the same coach their whole career. They win 5 championships. That's a blessing.
And he just went out there every night and played.
Yep.
He just played.
And then how Tim Duncan is, he don't talk no trash. He just go out there and play his game.
That's it.
And then off the court, it just he live life like a normal person. He dress regular. He'll wear some Walmart clothes before going to a Gucci store.
Yeah.
It's like that's a regular lifestyle. He just worth millions of dollars. So ain't that something?
That's facts.
Yep. The next topic, I already know he happy. He a LeBron fan. So a dude that played on Team LeBron 2 years ago, Andre Drummond, he's with the Los Angeles Lakers. That's an interesting move. I'm happy for the Lakers because at the end of the day, Brooklyn took all the damn talent. You look at it. So now he got LeBron, AD, Drummond, and now Montrezl Harrell. We got all guys who physical, who get points in the paint, and they play hard. So how you feel about that one?
I think it was huge. When I seen he took a meeting with the Boston Celtics, your squad
Mm-hmm.
first, I got nervous because I'm like, damn, if he go to the Celtics, we in some trouble waters. We got to figure something out. But with like the a point you made off air about him coming to LA because of the things not only on the court but off the court too could help. So I like, that is a key. But I say all that to say I'm happy he chose to come to LA because that is gonna help Bron and AD a lot. He can do the dirty work, and he's a walking double double.
Yes.
If
Yeah.
they have an off game, throw it to him down in the paint. He gonna
You
terrorize.
gonna protect the rim. You gonna get rebounds, and he got a little basic jump hook at 7 foot. Well, people need to know this. Andre Drummond, Montrezl Harrell, they went to the Lakers off two things. It's a business move, so they can get more money, and why not play with one of the greatest players of all time, LeBron James? He can help us get a championship. That puts value to our new contracts for this summer. They could be getting another 20 million.
Yeah.
Then I'm pretty sure I would be surprised Andre Drummond fire his agent and go to run a Rich Paul to get him like a shoe deal or endorsement deal like with Subway, Pizza Hut, Domino's, something. That's how cold LeBron LRMR marketing team is. So shout out to them as well.
And something too, I think people not talking about is after LeBron leave. Like you possibly still got a nice squad.
Yeah.
You still if LeBron when LeBron time goes and he retires, you still possibly can keep Drummond, AD, and just build off of it. You got two dominant big men, and all you got to do is just put some a backcourt behind them. So I think that's the good part of it. But I like that move, man.
Yep. All right. Our next topic is let's go back to what's up with these doggone super teams.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody first they wanna blame my squad, Boston Celtics, but that was a trade. It was an unrestricted free agents. We got Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, and Kevin Garnett. We went to two finals. Unfortunately, we won and won. But sad to say, they was in their late 30s. That's what people fail to realize. Off trades, they got to the finals their first year, won and beat the Lakers in six. Came back. Kevin Garnett got hurt with a knee injury. Our role players, Leon Poe, got hurt with a knee injury. So we got two key players out. And then we had two role players show up too now. Don't get it twisted. Glenn Big Baby Davis, shout out to him and Eddie House. Like we held it down. We held it down till the second round. We lost 7 games against the Orlando Magic. That was the year Rashard Lewis was like a damn superstar.
Yeah. I remember them days.
Yeah, like he went off Philly, Boston, and Cleveland.
Turkaloo also.
Yeah, Turkaloo. Yep, he's Turkaloo. But the reason why I brought up Rashard Lewis, that tells you Kevin Garnett was the defensive mind of our team because we played them next year in the playoffs, and Rashard Lewis ain't averaged nothing but 13 points. He averaged 21. So that tells you Kevin Garnett was a huge balance for our team, our defensive leader, and he sacrificed his whole offensive game for Ray Allen and Paul. He became the third option, sometimes the last option. So that tells you how good Boston was in their 30s. Then, next thing you know, one of the greatest of all time, he said, fuck it, I got to leave Cleveland because I'm probably ain't going to never win a championship as far as I'm concerned. So he teamed up with Wade, Bosh, LeBron James, and went to Miami. And wasn't really no bad move. They went to 4 straight finals and won 2. So that tells you he had to do what he had to do looking back at it. Then he could have been a cold victory before Golden State. OKC won his first championship. It's KD, Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook. Then, unfortunately, Perkins Air threw James Harden under the bus. He basically won his own team. That tells you how selfish he was. So they broke the team up. Looking back on it, OKC wasn't the same. Went to one finals, blew a 3-1 lead. Then what happened? Yeah. KD went to Golden State.
I think for me, bro, with the super teams, it's 2 things for me. So one, I think it's a copycat league. I think when a lot of times you see something working, every team start doing it. You think about Golden State, they started this whole 3-game stuff. Like, so now all the teams, they need 3-point shooters.
Yep.
You can't shoot threes, we don't want you.
The NBA turned to a European league now. For some reason, centers want to shoot threes. I remember a center used to have post presence. And then everything, it hurts the centers on defense because they set them high pick and rolls, and the point guard, two guard can blow right by them because they too slow.
Yep.
Like pick and rolls and threes is killing the big man. So
I remember like you say when a big man was really like you had guys like Al Jefferson. Not Al Jefferson, of course. That's just an example of
yeah,
like
yeah,
a big man.
big man, post
Like
presence.
even Kenneth Fareed. You remember
Yeah,
Kenneth Fareed
Kenneth
was
Fareed.
going crazy
Amari
for.
Stoudemire, Phoenix Suns, is 1 year with the Knicks.
Now you gotta, in order to have guys like that, you gotta shoot a three. Like
Yep.
those guys were straight post guys.
Yeah, or
So
had a little 15-footer.
it's crazy. But the other side that I would say about the super teams is we were blessed to see some of the greatest basketball ever.
Yeah,
Whether your team lost or your team won, you still was blessed to see like even the OKC. I feel like that possibly could have been a super team if
yeah,
Harden didn't leave. But on top of that, we got to see the Warriors. Even with KD, they was already amazing
yeah. That
before
was already
KD.
amazing.
But when KD got on there, it was just like whether you hated it or not. Like me, of course y'all know I'm a LeBron fan. But when he played LeBron, bro, he was going off. I couldn't do nothing but enjoy it. Like, damn, he still
And this
get
is funny,
buckets.
by the way. Even though I give LeBron the GOAT status for doing it, this dude had the nerve to say that Cleveland still could have beat KD and the Warriors. I was like, hell no, bro. Then you gotta look at it. It was payback from Draymond Green. I already told y'all that Draymond Green, I'm blaming him for the reason why KD came to the Warriors. They would have won the championship. KD ain't had no other choice but go somewhere else because he knew that wasn't gonna look right. They lost. It made sense on ringless. LeBron, he arguably the greatest of all time. He got the bragging rights. I gotta go do what I gotta do. So I'm gonna go to Golden State.
I think I fell victim to when LeBron and the Cavs came back from 3-1. I just felt like it was nothing that they couldn't do. So I just was like, you know what? Even with KD going there,
It's
I
amazing.
think they can win. And that was probably the most foolish
And
decision I
then, not
made.
to mention, this people realize too. Y'all watch the press conference. They asked him a question. What's the difference between this year and last year? They asked LeBron that. What he said, KD. So, that's there's no question y'all gonna get your ass beat. Like, come on, man. Like,
And he had it on his mind too.
yeah.
KD had it on his
And
mind.
then LeBron talk about I don't really want to talk about that forehead monster. That's a stress. That's stress. So.
Yeah.
Kyrie, shout out to Kyrie Irving. He was balling. He averaged 29 in that series. LeBron averaged 32. What no more y'all can do? It was just too much firepower.
Too much firepower.
And then that's the best finals Steph Curry ever played in 2017 finals. The man averaged 28 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists. No pressure on him, no pressure on Durant. So of course they was gonna beat y'all.
Man, that was tough. That was tough.
Man, come on, man.
That was tough, man.
And then what's our next topic? Oh Lord, I'm happy, but it probably ain't gonna happen. So the topic is: will Rajon Rondo help the Clippers win the West? Damn.
Rondo is your man, so I'm gonna let you take the flow. I'm gonna let you take the flow on this
See,
one.
I'm kind of hurt because at the end of the day, one person gonna be their downfall why they don't win the West. Paul George. The pressure is on him. Kawhi, I ain't worried about him. It's gonna be Paul George. Playoff PG-13. So
P is the key factor.
he is the key factor. They got the vocal leader and point guard Rajon Rondo. My boy, who was the Celtics. Unfortunately, he ran his ass to the Lakers, played 2 years with them. But looking back at it, I watched the All the Smoke interview he had. Said, hell, they wanted me out to leave. The hell I was supposed to do. I had to take that money. 1 year, $9 million. Then he got hurt. They signed him the next year, 1 year, $2 million. So what you want? What could he have done? Nobody else ain't want him. So looking back on it, all right, Rondo, I'm gonna let it slide. Why you went to the Lakers?
And then in the words of what KG, the little African kid.
Yeah, the African kid. So I'm gonna let that slide because I was really in my feelings because I don't mess with the Lakers because we actually supposed to three-peat, by the way.
Yeah, Kobe.
I love Kobe. Rest in peace to the Black Mama
Kobe
and Gigi.
had something different about that.
Y'all was not gonna beat us, bro. I don't give a damn. That started 5, never lost the playoff series. When Perkins went down, you're lucky.
Kobe said, "I'll be damn."
Yep.
Yeah, I think I like though, man. I think Doe is one historic point guard, and people forget about those years when when he was putting up like 18 assists,
Yes,
20
he
assists,
get
like
rebounds. Like he was doing it before Westbrook was actually
bruh,
doing. Or Westbrook got that offense and the athleticism, so that's what made it look
Russ
good.
just took it to a whole nother
Yeah,
level.
so that's why I'm saying Rondo had them
Y'all
games.
should do that. If y'all bored and y'all need some basketball highlights, go look at a lot of those early
Rondo
Rondo
Celtics
highlights.
games.
I'm talking about getting buckets, setting people up, the best you ever seen. But to your point with him going to the Clippers, I think it's gonna be good. I know off air we've been talking about like the impact he can make, and I wasn't really initially excited, but hearing your points that you make, I think he will be good for him.
Mm-hmm.
But like we talked about Paul George in an earlier episode. Um,
I don't know which episode, but Paul George, come on, man, it's time. Ain't no more excuses, bro.
yeah, he gotta bring it. I
Then they
agree.
just paid him a new contract too, man. That's why I say, in my opinion, bro, if the Clippers don't go to the finals, I see Kawhi leaving. They talk about, oh yeah, he bought him a house, bro. He's from LA. I'm
Yep,
not surprised he bought another house. Oh, that,
yep.
that doesn't mean nothing. So that's why I say, if Clippers do not win the West, Kawhi is leaving. I don't know where, but he is leaving. So just to be,
Yeah, I think this is Kawhi's last year, right, on
I
that
know he
deal.
got, he get to opt out, and I know he gonna opt out.
Yeah,
So
I think especially if they, it depends too. If they lose in the first two rounds, if they don't
mhm.
even make it to the West conference finals, I think he gone for sure. So we're gonna have to see how that Rondo move play out.
Yeah, I hope it's good. But and shout out to my boy Lemon Pepper Williams. They had traded him for Rondo, but come to be fair, into Lou Williams' game, his playoff stats, wasn't the same as offense. But due to Paul George, Kawhi Leonard being there, had a lot to do with it because the year before he averaged 21 off the bench, and they gave Golden State a run for their money.
Yep.
So preferential treatment. Doc not really getting on PG and Kawhi, like during training camp. Hey, it's a blue collar team. These three guys from Lou to Pat Bell and Harold, they earned their stripes.
Mm-hmm.
But it was then Paul George had every excuse in the world. He was hurt, pin downs. Some of Doc's system. He was used like he was Ray Allen. He had all the excuses in the world. Now with Rondo, bro, you gonna be Ray Allen. So I'm just letting you know right now, Paul George. So
You finna get all the looks
yeah,
you need. Knock him down, PG.
yep. It's another interesting topic. My boy, unfortunately, he out of a job right now. DeMarcus Boogie Cousins. Is he a better fit with the Celtics or the Clippers?
Oh man, for me that's easy. I think he a better fit for Boston. I think if he goes to the Clippers, it's kind of like I don't want to compare it to when he went to the Warriors, but I kind of do.
I think I want him to come to Boston, but it depends. Like if he go to the Clippers and kind of be good, you gotta look at the West, Denver, and then Utah, and now the Lakers. They gonna need somebody at that five spot that can get some buckets. He still got a little pep in his step. I love him coming to Boston for sure, but I'll be shocked.
See, I'm skeptical about his touches with the Clippers. I
Yeah,
think in Boston, y'all need that presence. Like y'all need that defensive presence. Y'all need that toughness that he get
yeah. He
bring.
don't. He ain't really good on defense. Just to let you know.
But like he's just his
Offense, yeah,
presence.
yeah.
Just his
Offense,
presence.
he'll get them buggies.
Yeah.
Boogie, he'll go to work on you, but he ain't no defensive minded player. One,
Yeah.
he can't jump, and two, he's too slow. But
I,
Boogie offense, oh, it's still legit.
yeah, it's still legit. And I
Mm-hmm.
think he'll help. Like he'll help, especially if he get hot. A lot of the eyes go to him. That's just gonna free up Tatum and
Yeah,
JB, and they get buckets with everybody guarding them.
yeah. How you doing,
So just
Kimbush?
imagine.
So that'll be dope, man. Boogie, I hope you get signed with either one of the teams. I'll just be happy for you, brother. So good luck
Yep.
to him. And the last topic for the NBA: will the New Orleans Pelicans get the eighth spot?
Hmm.
That's interesting. Well, what you think about that? They just beat my Celtics tonight. Unfortunately, we ain't had no Jalen Brown, but I watched the game. They was terrible. Boston, we ain't have no height, and they were just Boston remind me of Houston now, bro, with the Antonio system. When they have a airspace when it comes to 3-point line, they just gonna pull.
Yeah.
Not how team you open for a reason. That shit ain't fall. They go to the goal.
I'm gonna ask you like this before I get into my prediction on that. Do you think that you guys need to move on from Brad Stevens as the coach of Boston?
Not really. Who the hell we got?
Mm,
You just need better players.
better players. Okay.
Yeah. And the sad thing about it, guys, New Orleans in 12th place right now, but they only 2 wins away from the 8th spot.
Mm.
But unfortunately, they lost 25 games, and San Antonio and Memphis got to lose at least 25 games.
So San Antonio is in what?
8th place.
Wow. Okay. Shout out to DeRozan.
Mm-hmm.
But to your question, it depends. If they can go on a run, if they can they next 10 games go 7-3 or 6-4,
Yeah.
I think they can do pretty good and get in that
And
eighth seed.
we so terrible, bro. So terrible. We in 7th place right now. That means if the playoffs will start tomorrow, we'll be playing Brooklyn. So
Mm.
hopefully we be in the
Woo.
fourth or fifth seed, because basically from 5th to 8th place, there are games from the Hornets, Knicks, Hawks, Celtics, and Heat. 23 or 24 games on. So
And Boston is it? Well, y'all record is 22.
23 and 24.
Wow.
And the Hornets in 4th place, they 23 and 22. So I think we can get the 4th, 5th seed. Because it'll be interesting if we get healthy and we win the first round, we play out of the Knicks or the Hornets. And the second round, we play against Philly. That's a 7-game series.
Yeah, I think the Hornets are gonna come down a little bit, especially with
Yeah.
them losing Melo for the year.
And my boy Melo out, still might be out for the season due to his wrist, his strong hand, because he's right-handed. So
That hurts.
yeah,
So we're gonna have to see how that plays out. It's definitely a tight race out there in the West.
yeah.
So did that wrap up our sports takes?
That
Or?
wraps up the NBA, guys. Now we about to go to our music.
Yep, music. We haven't talked music in a minute, bro.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be refreshing. So with music, man, what music have you been listening to, bro? And I'll let the people know what I've been listening to.
Every day nonstop. I'm starting to be biased now, thanks to these damn New York rappers, media, fans. So I'm gonna say for my region, I've been listening to a lot of Southern music. No Limit, Cash Money, Atlanta, Miami, Texas. You know what it is.
Mhm.
And I go to the West Coast too. Death Row, Tupac, Ice Cube, TDE. Shout out to the Bay 2, E40 and Too Short.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. Like, yeah, I've been on that.
Hey, you've been on some fire.
Yeah.
Lately, I just checked out the Ride Wave album.
Okay.
Ride Wave just dropped Friday. So I checked that album out. And oddly enough that you mentioned East Coast, I listened to Jay-Z Magna Carta Holy Grail album the other day.
You said that was a good album. I need to go back and
I
listen
really
to it.
like that album.
Yeah,
but I think for like Jay-Z hardcore fans, they probably would be like, that album is way down on the list.
Yeah, my favorite if I listen to Jay-Z, I was gonna have to be The Blueprint. So
yeah, I got Reasonable Doubt on my in my Rolodex as well, but I really gotta tap into it some more.
yeah, they ain't nothing but 2 songs, Feeling It and Dead Presidents I fuck with. And that's sad, 9 out of 10, but it's kind of weird for me when it comes to albums. Sometimes I do just pick the singles, or
Can I Live was hard on Reasonable Doubt too.
I just gotta easily just let it marinate, just listen to some albums. Like,
and shout out to Curtis Mayfield, bro. OG in the game.
oh my god.
So I be on that too, man.
Yeah, R&B. Yeah, let's talk about that. Curtis Mayfield has some songs for you. I'm like,
I rock with
is he a rapper? Because he giving us some
Curtis
specifics
be
about
spitting.
the urban community, about women, about that herb, about that crack, all that crack cocaine, the Cadillacs. I'm like, damn.
New World Order. Go listen to that song by Curtis Mayfield.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite besides Superfly.
Yeah.
That's Superfly.
What?
Man,
What, the Isley Brothers?
Isley Brothers.
Jackson 5, the Jacksons, then to Michael Jackson,
Oh my God.
Marvin Gaye,
Even
Prince,
James Brown, bro.
James Brown. Like, oh my
They
God.
be spitting like James Brown. One of the hardest things he said for me was, I rather live on my no, I rather down my feet than live on my knees.
Yeah.
I'm like,
The only
bro,
time you're supposed to get on your knees, guys, when you pray into the Almighty God. Other than that, I ain't getting on my knees.
facts. And they just was giving us games. So I think that kind of leads what I've been listening to on top of just the music I like.
Mm-hmm.
But with that said, what is the preferred hip hop for you?
Yeah, I like the bass and stuff, man. Like down, like I said, down south, and then a lot of hip hop great songs or samples.
Mhm.
So I gotta say that, like I just told you, I'm from the south. I got a West Coast feel, and then every now and then I listen to some East Coast or Midwest. So I'm kind of like I said, I became biased now.
And
So
see, I'm the same. I like bouncing my music. I prefer I call it like the 808s. I
mm,
guess it's the same kind of.
it's kind of
Yeah, I think it's for me. It gotta knock. It gotta knock,
mm-hmm.
and it's crazy because y'all gotta give the South our flowers, bro. Because the South always had the beats that got that bang and
Yeah.
that got them 808s.
And then the sad thing about it is, no disrespect to the new generation, everything is like J. Cole says, the trap drums. Then they do them little pauses in them songs. Basically, the 90s and the mid 2000s, all the producers, they had their own different sound
Mm,
regardless. Shit, like from Beast by the Pound, the Manny Fresh, Lil Jon, what, uh, what's their name? Organized Noise. I'm leaving them
mm.
out. Yeah, so everybody had their own
And
type of sound.
I got a question too. Like, what happened to like I be hearing a lot of the old school music and they just getting busy on the track. They spitting, but it was enjoyable. Like you had people who really went to lyrics first,
Yeah,
and then if they was turning up and partying, they go to the party music. I ain't knocking nobody for what they like, but I'm just saying like, why is it today when people that really be spitting and rapping, people classify that as like, man, I don't want to hear that shit, bro.
I don't know.
I want to just hear the turn up. Like,
Yeah,
what happened? Like,
I guess everything is dancing in club out. Like this from 90. I don't want to like from 97 to 2001. Kids, they mind they program to this bullshit era.
but it's crazy because we went through some eras. Like
Yeah, we did.
we grew up on a lot of the dope music we talking about, but we also went through the dance songs, the
Yeah.
walk it outs and the
Mm-hmm.
chicken noodle soup or whatever. Like,
Crank that Soldier Boy and all that. Don't get me wrong, like I said, that shit still jam.
it
Like
was
if we
dope.
in a
Yeah.
party or a club, I'm still gonna do the dance. I can't really do the chicken noodle soup, but Soldier Boy and the walkout, it's lean with it, rock with it, snap your fingers. I'll dance to that shit because that's what those are forever classic hit
Mm-hmm.
records.
Yep.
But this shit, it get plays out this generation after like 2 months. Cause I remember what for a whole 2 months while I was back in college, like what I think it was like 4 years ago. The song they stole for Crime Mob. They did a little uh freestyle juju on that beat. That shit was so hot, but after 3 or 4 months, the shit was done.
Yeah.
So that's why I say your career, like my boy want to be a rapper, One F. Y'all check him out. So that's why I was telling him for years, bro. He can spit, but you still gonna need that dope ass beat to
Mm-hmm.
so for the fans to catch on, because that's what they all about. They all about jamming and partying. I know they ain't really your style, but it don't hurt to try one time.
Yeah.
Look what Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole had to do. They had to give the world a radio single. Then they went to their style around what they known for.
Yeah.
So sometimes you gotta go outside the box. Like you was telling me about making conversations. I just want to stick to music and sports, but sometimes you gotta jump outside the box and talk about different topics when it comes to life or make conversations with people. That's just the way it is sometimes.
And that's a challenge, and that's kind of why I look at like a lot of the people we like is super dope, and even have more respect for them because they found a way to do what they do, but also put the things that people want into it. Like, and that's to the point where I say like, what happened to people really liking lyrics? Because back then, it's like they had songs that they was spitting, but you wouldn't think that would be played on the radio, but it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
because they was dope. So it's just like like you say, to your point, I'm gonna figure that out, bro. I'm gonna
Yeah,
figure that out how to do that. But
you're gonna be straight, bro. You're gonna take some time, man. That just, I guess, that's just life. God don't throw stuff on you that you can't handle.
facts. So with that said, man, y'all let us know what y'all been listening to as well in the comments.
Follow us on Instagram, stats and facts underscore. Support us, cause like I say, we on the rise. And on that note, man, y'all keep on checking on the episodes. We also, my boy, be editing some clips. Like if you don't really want to watch the whole episode, we gonna have different topics from the episode, make it to some small clips like we
Yeah.
did recently.
Yeah, we're gonna have some shorter clips for y'all.
Yeah.
So like we said, we had that on the way, and next week we'll have a guest.
Yes, his name is Rico. He from No Limit. He was a No Limit artist, but he was part of a group called Sons of Funk,
Yep.
and they had some classics. And we very excited. He gonna tell us about the good old days, what he got in store now. So y'all be tuning in on that.
Be tuned in, man. We got a lot more stuff coming with the podcast. Some dope. Of course, we're gonna get y'all some more dope episodes. So
Yes, sir.
stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button, like, share it for us, and yeah. Also follow the Instagram page as well. Stats and facts underscore. Yeah, we got highlights and stuff like that on there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
tune in. We'll be back next week. You already know what it is. I am your co-host Juan.
And I'm DJG 94.
Yes, sir.